So what's good, homies? This your man, Dr. BOA. You know, a lot of times men forget that the love you have for a woman would never be reciprocated from that woman. And we throw ourselves wholeheartedly into a loving relationship with a woman, not understanding that loving is one-sided. That loving is never going to be for us what it is for her. That interaction and engagement is never going to be as strong for her as it is for us. And that loss of emotionality and will to live is never going to be as strong for her and as detrimental to her as it is for us when everything comes to a close. And the most terrifying arrangement that a man can find himself dealing with this emotional debilitation with is finding out that a child that you thought was yours isn't yours. And somebody sent me a story on IG with this young guy, man. He found out his girl was cheating on him, and that prompted him to take a paternity test for his 4-year-old son. And of course, he found out the boy wasn't his. But what happened next just goes to show you the amount of drainage that'll take place when you mix your energy with the Jezebel energy. And that spirit begins to drain you of your, not only your manhood and masculinity, but your will to live in the world and exist as a man anymore. To the point where you'll do something drastic about it. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. Now, the reality of the scenario is this. Men love hard. Men love so hard that if you end up loving the wrong woman, you're done. If you end up falling for the wrong woman, you're done. It will ruin you emotionally and mentally forever. And sometimes even spiritually, you will lose so much in a situation with a woman who doesn't reciprocate any positive energy for the love you give her, man, that you will not even understand who you are as a man anymore. You will look at yourself and you will feel like there's a stranger living your life. There's a stranger in your body. There's a stranger in your house. There's a stranger in your life. There's a stranger possessing your spirit. And you'll do everything in your power to find solace in the woman. The woman who you've given all of yourself to. All you need from her is for her to reciprocate some positive feminine energy to you. But a lot of times when you find yourself falling in love with a woman, she realizes the emotional advantage she has over you. And she begins to behave in ways that are very unscrupulous, but she knows you're not going to leave. Why does she know you're not going to leave? Because she knows how much of your energy she possesses. And before she gets your energy, she doesn't understand it. But the more of your energy she gets, the more she sees that you start taking more and more of her crap. You start letting her get away with more and more. You start becoming less confrontational. You start becoming less engaging when it comes to chastising her. You sure ain't going to be checking her on nothing anymore. And that causes that woman to believe that she can do whatever she want to do, while at the same time she's starting to desire to have the dominance of a masculine man in her life. And if you're the man she's with, and you're the man that's paying the cost to be the boss, and you're the man that's all lovey-dovey, but you're not giving her that masculine dominance, she's going to get that masculine dominance from somewhere else. Believe that. And the more hood she is, the more up to no good she is. So when you find out that a woman's been cheating on you and you take a paternity test and you realize that the child isn't yours, man, you're going to do what this man did. This man just passed out, had a heart attack, and died, man. This man literally just died. He found out the child wasn't his and his heart was so heavy that he just died, man. I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. This man felt so distraught emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that he didn't even have to kill himself. The pain killed that man. That man was so hurt, his heart was so hurt that his heart stopped beating, homies. You men have got to understand, man, stop letting the world tell you that you got to be falling so far in love with these women that you can't even control yourself emotionally anymore. You must maintain emotional control of yourself at all times. And when you feel yourself losing that emotional control, man, you have to fall back from a woman because you're not properly viewing that woman right. Because I tell you this, if you view a woman from the proper perspective, you are always going to find enough flaw and enough fault in her to not fall that deeply in love with her. When you start viewing her from a fairy tale perspective, like she's this fantasy woman, that's when you find yourself in this particular situation. And this is not a good situation to be in, man. Think about how painful that must have been for that man's heart to say, we can't take it anymore. And let me tell you what happens when your heart says that. Your mind tells your heart, stop it. We're done. If your mind ever tells your heart wholeheartedly to stop it, we're done with this life. We are done. We are not making a move. We're not doing nothing. We are done with this life. That heart will stop ticking because your mind does control your body, mind over matter. We just stop short of that with working out. Okay, you work out. No, mind over matter goes deeper than that. Your mind can dominate and control your entire body, just like your mind can dominate and control a woman's entire being. I want y'all to understand, man, that what took place is a travesty. No man should ever be so emotionally tied to anything. Even your children, bro, you don't take care of your children out of love. You take care of your children out of responsibility and a willingness to take care of that responsibility. Also a loyalty to the duty of being a father. You don't do that because you are in love with them. You guys cross the line between love and in love, and you're supposed to love your children, you're in love with them. You're supposed to love your mama, you're in love with her. You're supposed to love your woman, you're in love with her. You're supposed to love your friends, you're in love with them. You're in love with everyone. And you know what that means? That means that you step and fetch and kowtow. And was an anti-blackface type style, just to please the people around you. And that's how you get into being around a woman whose energy is so negative that she'll not only deal with another guy, but be dealing with a guy who she got pregnant by. I guarantee you that other guy's the guy she got pregnant by. She probably taking the child with her to see the man while you taking care of the child like it's yours. Never get so emotionally attached to a woman. Matter of fact, don't get any emotionally attached to a woman at all. That way you can keep your faculties, your mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional faculties, and protect them from the spirit of the Jezebel succubus, who will drain you so much until you just die. Because not only has she taken your life, she's taken your will to live it. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.